What's up, Y2? Today we're talking about the housing crisis, man. As you guys can see, David Merriman, a slumlord, scammer, thief, corporate America representative, is getting 17 years. 17 years for defrauding his tenants, abusing his tenants, and also committing fraud with their identities. Now, the story is a crazy story. This guy's been doing this for a long time. He has several properties, and he has no fear whatsoever in a sense. He's gotten away with this for a long time. As y'all can see from the mugshot, he was smiling. He has verbally abused his tenants as far as you can, using racial terms, derogatory terms, threatening them. And I'll be honest with you, this right now is happening all over the U.S., bro. This housing crisis is happening all over the U.S. And this might be the first case that kind of, causes a domino effect to where they're going to go out there and start auditing every landlord. If you ask me, I believe the only way to kind of, get a hold on the housing crisis issue is a full audit of all apartment corporate landlords, because there's a lot of things going on that's not being discussed. There's a high inflation rate on prices, on the cost of living. The cost of living back in 2010 was like, bro, it was normal. Now the cost of living is outrageous. Not only are the cost of living outrageous, but some of these places where the price is so outrageous, it's not even up to standards of I don't know, OSHA. I don't know if those are the people that regulate properties, but whoever regulates the properties, it's not up to the standards. And I'm not saying this from a perspective of just making a vague statements. Like, I've literally been dealing with this for the past 2 months. If you guys have been following the channel, a lot of the scammers that they don't tell you about are people like David Merriman, the white landlords. They're the biggest scammers. Now, from past experience, I've had landlords who have literally tried to defraud you on charges. For instance, I had a homie that stayed, in a smaller area, a smaller town, very small complex. And he said the heat was always an issue. And what I mean the heat was always an issue is, like, for some reason, he didn't have control over the heat. The landlord did. So when he finally moved out of the property, all of a sudden he received outrageous utility charges up to almost $2,000 for utilities. And he would tell me, he's like, look, man, I was never even using the heat like that. And he had to go to court to fight this situation. When he went to court, he won the case because a lot of the charges were fraudulent charges. But this situation is happening everywhere in the United States, in almost every state. This guy is sentenced to 17 years in prison. This is his mugshot. He's smiling. He doesn't care. He's probably taking so much money away from tenants within however long he's been a property manager to now that it doesn't matter to him. He's probably a billionaire from that. Craziest part is, yeah, he gets 17 years, but what happens to everybody he's defrauded? What happens to everyone he's taking money from? Now, you got this lovely black lady right here who says, look, the cost of living right now is outrageous. That's facts. You might go to a spot, bro. The spot only got about 400 square footage, bro. They want $950 for it. Now, when you come in this spot, you're like, dang, this not even bigger than a prison cell. They want $950 for this? Boom. Like, for instance, this is what I've been dealing with. Now, I'm going to show you guys 3 places. This is one of the places right here. Now, the square footage on this place, I would say roughly is about 500. It's a studio spot, and now they want 800 for this, which is reasonable. But I just want to give you guys an idea of, like, bro, this is happening everywhere. There needs to be a statewide audit on landlord, property management, education, the school system, the hospital. We need a worldwide audit. And I don't really know who's going to do that if the government is kind of corrupt. Now, here you have a different spot. Look at the square footage, bro. These are actual places that I'm going and checking out. They want $900 for this spot right here. Look at the refrigerator. And dude's like, yeah, we're gonna get you a new refrigerator, a new stove. But look at this. Look at this condition, bro. Now, the bathroom is horrible, fam. Like, but apparently they're gonna change all of that. But in reality, bro, this is not $900, bro. This is a scam. Every corporate management at this moment is trying to scam and take away from everyone. That's how I personally feel, because I've went on several showings. This is the square footage right here for $900. Now, I'm gonna open the bathroom so you guys can see the bathroom. You know, the tub is just disgusting, bro. Looks like it ain't been changed in years. Now, this was another space that I actually got forced into from a contract from a slumlord when I got the warehouse space. Now, one thing I noticed about the slumlords is their biggest claim to fame is the contract. They feel like once they get you in that contract, bro, it's over. And 9 times out of 10, they don't expect African Americans to want to go to court. But the last situation I was dealing with the warehouse, the office space, I literally had to tell the guy, look, I'm ready to go to court. I will represent myself pro se. Even if you win the case, it's going to take you longer to get that amount of money that you won, because it's going to be delivered to you in payments. And that was the only way I was able to get my money back and break the contract. What you guys have to do is always check the exhibits of these contracts, because that's the loophole to get out of the contracts. But I believe we need a statewide audit. We need a statewide audit, man, because it's getting out of hand. The situation I was just saying, look, I wasn't even at the warehouse space for like 2 days, bro. What I was originally shown is different from what I was given. So it was kind of like a okie doke. Like, you come to the dealership and I show you a red eye, but it's souped up. But then when the red eye that I sell you is not souped up, you like, yo, what's going on with this? This is not what I signed up for. Then he comes back, he's like, okay, well, tell you what, let's switch you over to the small office space. That's the one you guys saw, until we can figure things out. So once he gets me in an office space contract, he's like, oh, no, I'm sorry, man. The senior manager doesn't want to let you out the contract. So I'm like, okay, well, I read the contract. Black folks always read the paperwork. If you can't read, have somebody else read the paperwork. Always read the exhibits. I'm like, hey, man, I took a look at the exhibits. These are all the loopholes right here of getting out of the contract. Now, this is my main space that I had. Look at the square footage on this space. I moved out of here, so that's why you don't see anything here. But look at the square footage on this space, bro. Compared to the other videos I just showed you, just examine the square footage on this space. It's mad space, fam. And this space is only $895, which makes sense. It keeps going, bro. I had a whole nother room. But back to the warehouse situation, it's like, okay, even this space right here, I love this space, but the condition was, bro, I didn't control the temp. How can I be in this space? I can't control the temp. So these are all the things that, bro, personally, there needs to be a statewide audit to get scammers, slumlords like this guy out of here, because it's affecting the whole housing market.